Maintenance tip number 1. Your Cutout Maker investment includes 3 blades for cutting construction paper, cold laminated construction paper, cardstock, bond paper, and Variquest vinyl sheets. Also included is 1 blade for cutting Variquest magnetic sheets. The tip of the magnetic blade is marked in blue to differentiate between the 2 types of blades. A blade needs to be installed upon setup and replaced on an as-need basis. To install a blade, the Cutout Maker must be turned off. Open the cover of the cutting arm and pivot the blade assembly so it's facing out. Remove a blade from the maintenance kit and install in the center opening of the blade holder. A 1/4 inch of the blade will still be exposed, at which time the machine should be turned on. A magnet inside the blade holder will pull the blade in and put it in its ready position. Pivot the blade assembly down towards the mat and close the cover of the cutting arm. Note, from the material type screen of the Design Center, when you select Variquest magnetic sheets, a message will display on the LCD of the Cutout Maker reminding you to install a blue magnetic blade. Follow the same process for removing a blade. However, once you turn the blade holder to face out, touch the back of the blade holder to push on the silver button to expose the blade and remove. The blade life depends on size and intricacy of shapes and is estimated based on 10 to 15 cutouts per 12 by 18 inch sheet of media, 2,500 to 3,700 cuts for all materials except the Variquest magnetic sheets, which is 500 to 750 cuts. Maintenance tip number 2. If you are not getting the quality cut you expect, either it's cutting too deep into the mat or not cutting all the way through, you may need to adjust the blade depth. From the material size and type screen of the Variquest software, touch Adjust Material Setting and either touch the plus sign to adjust the setting to 1 to lower the blade and deepen the cut, or the minus sign to adjust the setting to -1 to lift the blade and make the cut more shallow. When you have adjusted the blade depth, press Done. Maintenance tip number 3. If you get a tip sensor error, check to see if a blade is installed. If it is, the tip of the blade may need to be cleaned to remove debris. Clean with isopropyl alcohol and a lint-free cloth. This is especially helpful if cutting often from cold laminated construction paper and Variquest vinyl sheets. Maintenance tip number 4. There is a metal sensor in the upper right corner of the Cutout Maker. Make sure it is free of dust and debris to ensure an optimal cut. Wipe it clean or use a can of compressed air on a periodic basis. Maintenance tip number 5. The rubber mat is a self-healing mat but will need to be replaced in time. To help preserve the life of the mat, you should rotate it on a periodic basis. This allows for another corner of the mat to be cut while the other corner heals. Lastly, make sure the mat is clean and free of any chads in between each cut. Maintenance tip number 6. When you cut from scrap paper, anything 4 by 6 inches or larger can be cut, eliminating as much waste as possible. From the material size and type screen of the Variquest software, select Custom. From the next screen, size the width and height of your scrap piece with the plus and minus symbols, then proceed. Note, once you've positioned the scrap piece on the Cutout Maker mat, you may need to cover the exposed holes of the mat with a blank piece of paper to help hold the scrap piece in place while cutting. Maintenance tip number 7. After completing a cutout job using Variquest vinyl sheets, it's recommended to use transfer tape to easily transfer your cutout to a permanent surface, like a wall, locker, or car. Using transfer tape can help cutouts keep their original shape without stretching or wrinkling. Steps for using transfer tape include: Step 1. Remove any unnecessary areas around the cutout shapes and letters. Tweezers included in your maintenance kit work nicely. Step 2. Use scissors to cut the transfer tape to the appropriate size, which should be slightly larger than the cutout shapes to be transferred. Note, if the cutout is larger than 4 inches, overlap 2 pieces of transfer tape to cover the entire cutout. Step 3. Press and rub the transfer tape firmly over the cutout to eliminate any wrinkles or creases. Step 4. Gently pull up the transfer tape to ensure the cutout adheres to it. Step 5. Place the cutout with the adhesive side down onto the permanent surface. Step 6. Rub the transfer tape firmly over the cutout. Step 7. Remove the transfer tape and the vinyl cutout will be adhered to the surface. Maintenance tip number 8. Periodically delete saved jobs no longer needed. From the main menu, select Cutouts and Collections, then My Saved Jobs. Select the job no longer needed, then press Delete. Press OK to confirm delete. For further assistance, please contact your local Variquest dealer or Varitronics technical support at 800-328-0585. We also invite you to frequently visit our website at www.variquest.com for instructional and training resources, as well as to sign up for your free monthly Variquest e-newsletter filled with implementation ideas from educators using Variquest tools.